Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind.
Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be covering the TCL QM8. It's been turning heads lately in a good way. It's been shaking things up in the world of premium mini LED. It's a real disruptor when it comes to the price range, when it goes toe to toe with brands that cost twice the amount. The question you need to ask yourself is this TV going to be worth it? That's what I'm about to go ahead and cover in today's video. But if you could do me a favor first by hitting that like button and that subscribe button, I greatly appreciate it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in.
Okay, let's jump into the picture quality. The QM8 Mini LED delivers a fantastic brightness, great HDR, and really good color. Watching movies on this TV is immersive with just enough pop, well actually more than enough pop. It gives you a really good pop when they make those cinematic moments shine. Now, while the black levels are impressive, there is a little bit of black crush, which I already mentioned before in my previous videos. The shadow details aren't as clear as you would say in the higher end models from the Sony X95K or the Bravia 9, but overall, for everyday viewing, the TCL has done a fantastic job. Now, going back to the color, I do want to talk about TCL has delivered some really good, vibrant, and realistic hues that makes the scenes pop. The quantum dot technology on the QMA gives the richness to the color palette, and most viewers is going to look fantastic right out of the box. But one thing I do want to mention too, when it comes to the color red, I notice in certain scenes, and even when it comes to skin tones, it does give a faint look of orange. And that was one of the things that I do want to mention to people who go ahead and buy this TV. Now, it could be calibrated out, but people who are not into that and just looking at something that's straight out of the box, those are one thing that I have noticed when it comes to watching content. So moving on, let's talk about the brightness and the HDR impact. The TCL QM8 absolutely shines in these areas thanks to its mini LED backlighting. The TV delivers peak brightness levels that are truly impressive, enough to handle bright room during the day and gives HDR content that extra punch that really pulls you in. Highlights pop off the screen whether it's sunlight reflecting off the water or gleam off the city lights at night. It's kind of brightness that makes a real difference, especially in the HDR scenes where details or realisms are so important.
Okay, one thing I do want to cover is the blooming department. TCL QM8 has done an amazing job in that area. When it comes to blooming, it's very, very minimum. And I will say that it's very close to OLED. Of course, it's not perfect because of technology wise, but TCL, great job in that area. So if you're looking for a TV that has minimum blooming, TCL is going to be on the top of your list as one of the TVs that does it best. And I'm comparing it against Sony and Samsung. I think TCL has done a way better job in that area. So that's a really good thing.
All right, let's talk about the sound. An area where the TCL QM8 doesn't quite match up to its picture performance. The built-in speakers are they're just okay. They get the job done for casual viewing, but if you're expecting a rich, immersive audio experience, you're probably going to be a little underwhelmed. Now, not just terrible. The dialogue comes through clearly and you can hear enough detail for the day-to-day TV watching. But if you really want to elevate your viewing experience, especially when it comes to movies or gaming, I strongly recommend pairing this TV with a soundbar. A good soundbar will bring that extra depth and clarity that the QM8 speakers just can't deliver on their own. To give you a quick demo, here's a sample of a built-in speaker performance.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself, yeah.
I don't think you guys walk away from this.
You just make sure people know what happened here today.
See what I mean? Not bad, but there's clearly definitely room for improvement. If you're investing in the QM8 for its picture quality, a soundbar or even a home theater speakers will be a perfect way to complete the home theater setup. Trust me, you'll thank me later. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the gaming. The TCL includes features like ALLM, VRR, and their Game Master setup with customizable options like shadow enhancement and high frame rate mode. While the response time and the smoothness of the gameplay are there, and I'm talking about it's been really good, the picture quality falls short. on this one. I mentioned this in my previous video. I did take some suggestions from the comments that I did disable the VRR portion, and I still was getting the same reaction with the picture. So it could be something wrong with my unit specifically. I know a lot of people was mentioning that I must have had a defective unit or it could be the firmware, but I just want to throw that out there when it comes to gaming specifically. When I go into the game mode, I just felt a little bit underwhelmed when it comes to the picture, especially when it comes compared to the Bravia 9. Now, let's go ahead and dive into the operating system. The TCL QM8 runs on Google TV, and I gotta say, it's a smooth experience. The interface is responsive. I didn't run into any lag during my time with it. Google TV has become a standard for many manufacturers, and the TCL has implemented it well. You get all the typical features, voice search, easy access to apps, personalized recommendations. So if you use Google TV on other devices, this will feel very familiar. No surprises here, just a solid, intuitive experience that keeps things running effectively. Now let's compare the TCL QM8 to my current Sony X95K. I'm not surprised that the TCL holds its own against the big players, and that's saying something. One area where the QM8 really shines is the HDR impact, and it's truly amazing. In my side by side test, the HDR brightness and the punch on the QM8, it dominates the X95K. And that is something truly impressive for a TV in its price range. Now, going against the Bravia 9, that's something that I would have to see on a side by side basis, but I would say that the TCL would do a better job. And that's saying something, especially at the price that it's selling at. Now, I have the 65-inch, and I think it's going for, as of right now, this recording, as $1,000. Compared to the Bravia 9, is twice the amount. This is something to think about when buying a TV. So I do have one suggestion for TCL to implement is more advanced picture settings like we see on the LG, Samsung, Panasonic, and Sony. When it comes to those fine tuning things like skin tones, TCL's current settings can get you there, but it requires some work. I'd love to see TCL offer more options for those who want to dial in those picture quality even further. So where does this leave us with the TCL QM8? At this price point, it's hard not to be impressed. You get an amazing HDR, strong brightness, and overall performance in a mini LED TV while breaking the bank. Sure, it has its quirks, especially for gamers, but when it stack up against some of the pricier models, TCL is really giving them a run for their money. In a world of high-end, high-cost TVs, the QM8 proves that you can get premium features while the premium price tag. If you're considering a new TV and you're looking for a premium quality at a more accessible price, the TCL QM8 should definitely be on your list. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Does TCL QM8 stacks up for you, or are there other TVs that you're eyeing? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, and you don't miss out any deep dives in the latest tech. Take care. Bye.